Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Football Manager 2017 with Tottenham, and here we go into the Everton game. We are now at the midway point of January, and unfortunately still no transfers. I am working on it, however. I have offered out Vincent Janssen and Tom Carroll, and hopefully we'll see some results at the end of this game. Tom Carroll is really the only player who I'd say is surplus to requirements at the moment. I don't think he's good enough. I'm also looking at Harry Winks. I'm not sure. He's still young enough to the point where he might be a useful squad player, but you have to take into account as well when you're building various squad players that they may very well complain at some point. He is still young enough that he will not complain, hopefully. Certainly not for a few more years anyway. But this is the team we're going to go with today then. So if I get the tactics up here, what we have is Hugo Lloris, Kyle Walker, Toby Alderweireld, you know this by now, don't you? Eric Dine and Anchorman Rowe, Dele Alli and Moussa Dembele, Lamela, Son and Icardi. Now, Dembele has slightly got slightly down in his match sharpness. Not a big deal. Eric Lamela as well is slightly down, but pushing for 99% 100 is incredibly hard. So you're not always going to get it. But today we're going to take on Everton, and we're just going to get straight into this here. Arsenal at the moment now lie 9 points clear. It's not ideal, but we do have that game in hand. We can shorten it to 6. Manchester United then are a point behind, with Manchester City also with a game in hand with 5 points behind us. Still lots and lots to go on. Now, I am so sorry if you can hear banging in the background. There's not much I can do about external forces. It is bonfire night as I record this. If you're not familiar with bonfire night, I'll explain in a moment. Now, interestingly, we've got Enner Valencia up front for Everton. There's no other... Dimitar Berbatov, who, of course, signed earlier this season. Gareth Barry and James McCarthy in midfield. Ross Barkley playing as this sort of shadow striker type role thing, and then we've got all them. In fact, I'm going to type mark Enner Valencia just for the lols, and we'll tell the team to pick up where they left off, because that always G's them up. And here we go. So if you recall, we played Everton, I think it was the second game of the season or third game of the season, and we smashed them 4-0 if I recall correctly. It was a really good start, and they have been very strange. Now, they sacked Koeman fairly early on, and Pochettino, who was of course out of a job because I took over his job, came in and seems to have steadied the ship here, and I'm kind of worried that he's going to do a really good job. But here's Eric Lamela, who really should have scored there. That was not a good piece of play from him at all. He's got pretty much an open goal. I mean, Stecklenberg's in the way, but put your foot through it, lad. And he just essentially passed it back to the goalkeeper. So yeah, bonfire night. What is bonfire night? It's basically where everyone gets a load of fireworks together and decides to set them off at the same time, as far as I'm aware. There's more to it than that, of course. Dele Alli, 1-0. I'm, of course, joking with that Wikipedia or something if you really, really want to know. But Dele Alli has scored. Now, he is finally finding a bit of form. Maybe my words have finally G'd him up, which is good to see. Maybe I'm playing him in the right role at last. I think I am, anyway. He certainly complements Moussa Dembele, I think, quite well. Dembele's in that box-to-box midfield role. I know I shouldn't be playing 3 advanced playmakers or just playmakers. I don't need that. I'm fully aware of that. I'm just... Listen, look, I don't pay attention to things that I probably should. Look, if you come to the channel for tactical advice on how to play the game, you're in the wrong place. This is meant to be entertaining, or at least I'd try to be entertaining. Anyway, here's a... Oh, goodness me. Son Heung-min absolutely smashes it home. That's 2-0 after 15 minutes, and, well, hopefully, if we keep up this, the goal difference should also improve. That's one key thing I think we need to make sure we keep on top of. The goal difference can make all the difference at the end of the season. Now, one thing that we used to always do, my teams always used to do on previous FM, certainly over the last few years, is go 2-0 up and then lie down, completely lie down, let the team back into it, and concede almost immediately. Just like that. Incredibly unlucky there for Hugo Lloris, but it's happening again, isn't it? Maybe we should go defensive, because I think that's what the game wants me to do. Everton started going attacking. But yeah, as I say, this is more like about me documenting my save so far. Now, I also want to talk about, that is a terrible finish by Icardi there. I also want to talk about the future save that I plan on doing, my main meat and drink save for FM17 this year. This is, of course, just the starter. Now, James McCarthy has got to go. That was a trip. I could see it in the 2D Classic engine. That was a terrible, that's a red card. He's had 2 yellows. He is gone. Right, we no longer need to be on counter. I don't care if we're away from home, we're playing against 10 men. Right. I'm going to say things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. That's okay. That's not done anything. Let's try. That's the okay. Whatever. Just go. Absolutely. I think we just. I think they all came in there completely stone faced. I don't know what happened there. But yeah. So if you're not aware, I've said this several times on Twitter, but I'm fully aware that not everyone follows me on there. My save for this year, after the Tottenham save, this is just the starter, as I say, just to get us, going in the beta and everything. It's going to be with Ajax Cape Town, not Ajax FC in Holland. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop there. What has Kyle Walker done? And that might actually be the single worst highlight I have ever seen in Football Manager. That was just so poor all round. That was poor from Valencia. That was poor from Walker. But that was not poor by Dele Alli, who has his 4th goal of the season. And I actually want to have a look at that in 3D. Let's stop it right there for a second because I want to see that goal again. Let's see here. How can we do that? We go to number 58 here. Right, let's have a look at this in 3D. A few people if you want to know why I don't do 3D, is because it doesn't look good on YouTube. Generally, it doesn't look good. Certainly, if you're watching, if you don't have great internet, for example, and I've of course got to cater for those types of people. If you don't have great internet, I'm fully aware that you might be watching, for example, in not 1080p, sorry, in say 480p or 360p. Oof, turn and spin. The commentator actually made that out to be a considerably better goal than I think it was. But still, let's not take anything away from that. Was a nice goal from Dele Alli, who is now, as I say, coming into his own. That's why I use 2D, because obviously we have to. Also, I prefer 2D Classic personally. That's just the way I roll. But going back into Ajax Cape Town, and so not Ajax FC from Holland, Ajax Cape Town, who are based in South Africa. I decided to go to South Africa. I've pretty much done European teams all my FM on YouTube career. It's never been outside of Europe, or at least I don't recall it being outside of Europe. It's an interesting challenge. I want to try and win the South African Champions League. Oh, so not the South African, sorry, the African Champions League, and then maybe the Club World Cup as well, because I know a lot of teams, certainly outside of Europe, take that far more seriously. It's like if you look through the list of winners for the Club World Cup, you will notice how many certainly South American teams, how many times they've won it. Certainly compared to, say, I don't know, European team, for example. That's 4-1. Harry Kane. Number 10 for him this season. Lovely. He's coming in, I tell you what. Why did start Icardi? Kane could have had a hat-trick by now, judging by the mood he's in. Right, that is going to be this game then. Well, absolutely. Another 4 goals then scored against Everton. There's one more highlight here. I think this is, that's going to be the final whistle, or at least it should be any moment now. I don't know why we're playing 90 seconds more than we need. There we go. Very clear winners. Bit disappointed to concede another goal. But nevertheless, it's a win, and we tighten the gap there to Arsenal to 6 points, and importantly go 4 points clear now of Manchester United, who haven't played. I thought they had. Okay, fair enough. I thought they were playing. Anyway, unbeatable. There's an achievement. Steam achievement has popped up there. I'm not quite sure. What on earth is that logo, by the way? What was that picture about? Yeah, that was it. Manchester United played in the early kickoff and lost 3-0 to Arsenal, who have Lucas Perez, who is absolutely on fire in the season. Oh, when did that happen? That's only 2 to 3 days. That's no big deal. Dele Alli there out for 2 to 3 days. Not to worry. So, yeah, let's have a look at the league a bit more in depth then. So, as you can see, the goal difference, and this is what I was talking about before, whilst it's good, it's pretty damn good on plus 25, we are still miles behind Arsenal there. In fact, 12 goals would need a huge swing if we are to win it on goal difference, especially when they have Lucas Perez. I feel he has been the big difference this year. But yeah, I think that if we can consolidate second place, if we can push ahead now in the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks and really push ahead from the two Manchester clubs, I think we should be in a good position there. Let's have, in fact, I want to also show you the stats for the player review. Now, if we look at the top goal scorers here, if you look more at Cardi, who has 13 in 23, Lucas Perez is the one that really interests me. Fabio Barini as well, which we'll just gloss over Fabio Barini because that's the classic beta anomaly, because this is still a beta save technically. It started in the beta. All the data in the past has come from, was played in the beta. Now, if you look here, he's got, back down here, it might be a bit easier, 17 goals overall. He has 2 in Europe and 1 international, which isn't, of course, taken into account. But yeah, I didn't know he was this good. Apparently he is. He's at the time of recording this, he is injured, I believe, for like 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm not actually going to be able to see it in action. Bojan is also, he's joint 5th with Costa and Barini. This is kind of weird. Ibrahimovic has 16 goals. A lot of people predicted that by at the start of the season for about this time. He is, of course, as I record this, on a bit of a drought. I'm recording this before the game against Swansea on the Sunday. I'm recording this on the Saturday night, so he may very well have scored against Swansea at this point. And yeah, so Lucas, as you can see, leading the assists there as well. Son is right in there with 9 assists in 20... that's his age. Why on earth would he have the ages there? That is absolutely bizarre. Wouldn't he just have the appearances there? That's different. Football Manager have swapped that. Yeah, he actually has 13 in 13, which is insane. Lucas then has 10 assists. In fact, he didn't even have out over there now. Why did they keep changing it? Come on, Sports Interactive. Keep it consistent. Yeah, there's 9 in 19 assists there, Son, and Lucas has 10 in 20, so he's doing a good job. Anyway, we have a London derby up next. We're going up against West Ham and their shiny new little badge. Which, quite frankly, in my opinion, looks like something you'd see on Pro Evolution Soccer. But there you go. If you enjoyed the video today, please do leave a like. I will see you tomorrow for more Football Manager action. Until then, goodbye.